So if we look at these then, Carl, you've got your before and afters. Okay, so the left-hand one now is basically your first few swings. Setup-wise was good, grip was good, posture was good, and club face and line was all very good, okay? A grip pressure was a bit tight, as we did say. Yeah. And as the club went back, it was a little bit kind of restrictive there. Right arm was a bit high, shoulder sort of lifting up a bit this way. We weren't allowing the arm to kind of rotate in that rotator cuff there. And your backswing as a result, and you kind of went back to there. So you weren't really creating much power. Yeah. If you then try to whack it harder, you mess it up, okay? Because based on that length backswing, you should hit it shorter than what you were trying to hit the golf ball. If you then try to hit the ball harder than what you've actually created, you're losing control, yeah? As you came at the golf ball there now, you can lose a bit of sort of strike and the quality. So when you're in a better position there with your your grip pressure, nice and relaxed and loose, you can see now your right arm folding, your right shoulder turning back. That club now has turned an awful lot more, creating more power just by a better backswing, okay? Now from that movement there, now as I said, there was a little bit of a sway. You've got to move it a little bit this way. Not the worst thing in the world, but if we can try and sort of maintain a little bit more over the ball slightly, it would help. As you've got more of a increased backswing, good strike of the ball, you do come back to the correct spot and put your head on that green line again nicely. And then twisting through to your follow through position. Okay, no issues there in terms of your lower half and your knees. Now as you finish this, and you do kind of sort of step back a little bit, which is a sign your weight doesn't quite get sort of over this side enough. And that's probably something we'll look at a bit more detail next time. Okay. As you swing through, you can see your right foot is starting to move. This will just sort of flattens back, just to kind of, you go up and then this way. There's a little bit of falling back, just a little bit, not massively. Yeah, I get you. But enough to just potentially get the contact a bit more on the way up and maybe top it, or the pings off the side there if we're not careful. But overall, there was a good movement once you were looser. And I think once you started, I suppose, thinking less, okay, and you have to just allow that right arm to hinge and fold, you were hitting it better and getting more speed and more distance and going a lot straighter. That's what I say with golf is the swing from start there, so we start just after 2 seconds, you hit the golf ball at 3.5 nearly. So in 1.5 seconds, what can you think of? You've got to have a sort of, maybe a couple of things that set up. We talk about grip pressure, getting looser in your arms. When you're looser in your arms, you're able to do this.
I'm trying to remember from here,
yeah.
Try to stay loose, and then once you sort of do that,
yeah. It just happens, doesn't it? Exactly, yeah. And that's why I say golf's got to be more...
It's like the setting up, which is hard, but it's like getting your legs right.
Exactly. Look at, you said you play football and stuff. Look at someone taking a penalty kick or whatever. They put the ball down. They'll put the ball down there. They'll step back 3 or 4 strides, what they want to do, and they set themselves up. Now, it looks very simple in that movement, but if they said, right, I'm going to stand at this point, you put the football down for me, goalkeeper, and now you've got to try and kick it, you could be too far from the ball, too close. You have to react as you run to the ball and make an adjustment. Now, yeah, okay, if you were Ronaldo or Messi or whoever, you probably still get a reasonable free kick or penalty. But when you first start playing golf, when you first start playing football, your ability is not going to be as high as these better players, okay? So setting yourself up almost perfectly every time is almost a paramount thing. And the thing with golf is that ball just sits there. That's fine. The ball just sits there and doesn't move until someone hits it. No one's going to come and tackle you or take the ball off you. So you've got a little bit of time to say, okay, right, put the golf club down there, get myself set up, feel nice and relaxed, look at target and do all this prep work. So you can spend 10 or 15 seconds doing it. As you get better at it, you'll be quicker at it, yeah? So if you just put the club down, nice and then when you are relaxed, the only swing sort of now is just the right side's going to fold and hinge and set the golf club on the way back. Kind of what you would do, swinging a tennis racket, okay? Kicking a football, you swing your hip and the knee flexor. You wouldn't go and lock your leg out, would you? So the things have to fold up correctly. When you did that, you just created more power. And as you said, from the top there, just relax it, just drop down. So, okay, mate?
Yeah, that's cool.
Good stuff.